Hello.
Yo, what's up?
Oh shit.
What's up, Johnny?
I'm doing pretty good. I just drank a bunch of coffee, so I'm jacked. I'm jacked up on the caffeine.
Yeah, me too. I got two fruit snacks left.
Oh,
one
left.
Two.
Oh shit.
I'm always eating on podcasts. It's gross.
Are you? I feel like I've never seen you eat on a podcast.
It's winter time. I'm fattening up for the winter.
Sick.
Excuse me. I'm just gonna say stupid bullshit until I chew these fruit snacks and swallow them. I'm gonna savor the moment. I don't give a shit. Off mic though. Take it away.
As the earth is carbon bombed by poisons, I keep it safe, I keep it clean, I keep it here inside with Mega64antine.
I'm Joe Biden, and I approve this message.
Welcome everyone to Mega64antine. I'm your host, Jonathan Weiss, and this is your other co-host, Derrick Acosta.
Yeah. Hi, everyone. The one with the personality here, Derrick Acosta.
Oh, come on. There's so many like threads on different like forums that say I have no personality.
Well,
we won't get into it on the
Johnny.
podcast.
I'm sure you do have a good personality. It's just sometimes it's hard to see it. You hide behind the microphone.
you got to set yourself free. You
Yeah.
Johnny,
Yes.
he'll tell you which camera's on.
That one.
He'll tell you, folks, I turn it on for the camera.
He does.
Most of the day, I'm like this. Go ahead, say something.
Hello.
Yeah, just like that level of energy. And then I save it for when the cameras are on.
I gotta channel my inner Jake Paul or Logan Paul.
You got to chat it up a little bit. I don't know if I said this last time, but I was listening to a podcast of some friends of mine locally, and they have a great setup, great audio setup, and their personalities are just so flat.
Is it like NPR style?
Yeah, I think that, and this has nothing to do with our topic today because welcome to Quarantine Cast. We're going to be talking about coronavirus in 2020. I think that so many people do podcasts that there is kind of an unspoken, unwritten template for what a podcast should be.
Yeah.
And then people fall into that and try to be that, and it stagnates them. Like, it holds them back. They're trying to pursue something that is inauthentic. I think people should really show off their personality, show off what makes them different from everyone else, and that will be interesting. That's what's interesting. Be yourself, good. Being somebody else, bad.
In San Diego, there's a local news. I don't know the name of it, but during the commercials, there's always like, listen to our podcast to get your news here. And I'm always like, who listens to those? Like, that seems like the most boring podcast ever.
Yeah, people who are like just discovering podcasts.
Is it like grandmas who are like, I know what a podcast
Johnny, your grandson Johnny, I just heard about this thing called a podcast, and I can get news from it. Johnny,
I bet they
when
call
we
it the
went
radio.
to New York,
Yes.
you brought out New York Johnny, and that was that personality. You were doing this with your fingers. Yo, I'm going to show you the best slice of pizza in this fucking bitch. We're going to turn this shit up. And that's when you shined and people loved you. So
Yo, we're going to go to fucking Toy Tokyo. We're going to go to
there
St.
you go.
Mark's. We're going to...
Exactly.
Yeah, so I did prepare a little bit for this.
Hold on.
Oh, okay.
We're not there yet.
Okay, we're not there yet. We're still on personality.
Yeah, we're still on personality because that's what nobody wants to read headlines. They can read their own headlines.
Okay.
This was the podcast I was listening to. Today we're going to be discussing this movie. And immediately they just start talking about the history of the movie. And I was like, I don't even give a shit about you guys, let alone your opinion on this movie I don't care about. Johnny, why should people give a shit about you? Top 10. Give me 3 reasons why people should give a shit about Johnny.
Okay.
All right.
Number 3.
This will give me time to think of my 3 reasons. Okay.
You know, I'm a good conduit for the fans out there. I feel like I exude that kind of like energy for like the fans. I don't know.
Okay, so you're giving them the audience perspective.
Yeah.
You are the everyman that they can live vicariously through.
I'm like the Link. Like,
yeah, you're the main character. You're Luke Skywalker. Okay.
I'm the silent protagonist.
All right, that's
for
1.
them.
Yeah.
All right. 2.
This is a great show, by the way. Quarantine Cast.
I got that East Coast perspective among the California cute boys.
What's funny is I feel like I'm more East Coast than you are, and I was born and raised in San Diego.
Sometimes.
And sometimes I'm not.
Yeah. Sometimes you're like, it's too cold and it's 50 degrees. On the East Coast, we fucking 20 degrees. We're fucking like, ooh, it's a little.
I make up for that when it's like 88 degrees and Johnny's like, yo, it's fucking hot.
Yeah.
How the fuck do you go outside? And I'm like, it's not even 90, bro.
Yeah, no, I 100%.
So yeah, okay. Temperature, sure.
Got the temperature. And number one, I'm styling and profiling. I don't know.
That's a reason for them to hate you.
Oh, okay.
Ego, pride,
yeah.
pride before the fall. Top 3 reasons you should like Derrick Acosta.
Oh no.
I'm a POC, so I need all the help I can get.
Person of charisma.
A person of challenges. I've got demons.
Oh shit.
2, I'm kind of funny. I'm not the funniest person in the world, but I'm not bad, you know. Hang out with me.
Funny.
You'll have a laugh. Things will be more entertaining if I'm around. And 3, I'm going to be rich someday. So you want to be my friend because maybe I'll give you a couple bucks. Maybe I'll help you out in a hard time, give you some advice, finance your pet project. You know, I'm a good friend to have.
Yeah. I agree.
That being said, last week on this show, welcome to Quarantine Cast, Mega64antine. We're talking about the coronavirus pandemic, COVID-19. I was accused of being an anti-vaxxer.
Yes.
Can you believe this shit? There's people out there actually accusing me, Derrick Acosta, of being anti-vaccinations. Where do they get this crazy stuff? You listen to the show and you pull all these crazy conspiracy theories out of this. You're putting words in my mouth. Now, will I take the coronavirus vaccine? Fuck no.
Really? After the news?
Just kidding.
Okay.
No, what I said was let me clarify. This is what I will say.
Yeah.
We ain't getting out of this without a vaccine. Vaccine is the only way out. To be clear, a vaccine is the only way out of the tunnel.
The start of progressing towards, but I don't think it's going to be like
if it's the start, then I don't think we're going to get out of it without it.
True.
So it's the only way out.
Yeah.
But do I want to be the first guy that gets the first vaccine? Hell no, I don't. I want to be the guy that gets the vaccine that is tested by 1 million other people. And I don't think that's crazy. Now, will I get my way? Maybe. Maybe they'll say like, yo, it's brand new and you get it now or you don't get it. Okay, then I'll have to make a judgment call. But there were some people out there that came to my defense that said, he's right. You know, I have some experience in this field. And yeah, some of these first, you know, it's going to be a trial phase. That's all. I don't want to be the experimental phase. I want to be the proven phase. I hope I've cleared some things up. These people are trying to make me out like I'm Jenny McCarthy, blaming every bad thing that ever happened to anybody on some vaccine that is like well proven and well verified, right? Jenny McCarthy's out here. What vaccine was she fighting? Like smallpox? I'm not saying don't take the fucking smallpox vaccine because it's going to make you go blind.
Yeah, that one's proven.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm not I'm saying the brand new one for the brand new disease that's been around for 8 months. I'm going to be a little cautious.
I think it's hard because this is unprecedented. Like we are kind of like going as fast as humanly possible.
Yeah.
They do say they're like going as fast as humanly possible, but the safest route. But it's hard to believe, you know, these corporations.
You know what's funny?
Like,
2 years ago, in the previous election cycle in 2018, we had some proposition here in San Diego that had to do with medical. There's always some medical thing happening.
medical marijuana, dude.
This year, it was dialysis clinics.
Oh.
Should we keep dialysis clinics open in California if there's no doctor on hand? That was the bill, whether you voted for it or against it. 2 years ago, it was some other bill. And my aunt, Millie, who works in a hospital, she's a hospital administrator and has been so for like 37 years or something. I was talking to her about, what do you think of that bill? And Without hesitation, she went, well, you can't trust the doctors. They're the ones who get paid by people going into the hospital. And I was like, she works at a hospital. Why would she say that?
The older I get, the more I don't trust doctors. Because I've heard all these horror stories of people who, like, I think there's like a blanket, like, of like things they could diagnose you with.
Let's stop here because people
They're gonna get mad at
They're
me.
aiming their crosshairs at us right now. There are good doctors out there.
There's great
yes.
doctors.
Yes, medicine is important.
Yeah.
Yes, there are probably hundreds of times I have had my life saved by a doctor, didn't realize it. Doctors are great.
Yeah.
Doctors are fucking awesome. We love doctors. Hey, we should pay doctors even more money than we currently do. They're so
100%.
great. All of that being said, there is a healthcare industry that is interested in making money off of people who are in tough situations and have a tough choice to make. And that choice is, do I want to spend a fuck ton of money, more money than I have, or do I want to continue with my health issue? And that is a precarious situation to be in. I just want to lay the groundwork. Doctors are great, but there's some fucked up stuff in this situation. Okay, now go ahead. What were you going to say?
Yeah, I feel like I've heard so many horror stories of like friends who've like, I don't feel right. And every time I go to a doctor, they're like, you're fine. And it takes them like a couple of doctor visits, different doctors to finally be like, oh, wait, you're not fine. It just was a little bit more work to figure out what's wrong with you.
If anybody out there has seen the show House, starring the wonderful Hugh Laurie as the diagnostician, Dr. Vincent House. That's
his name Vincent?
Of course it is. Oh. That's the whole show. Hey, what's wrong with me? He has cancer. It's not cancer. It's something much more sinister. It's some disease that only 1% of people have had, and nobody's had it since 1963. And I know this because I memorized every disease ever. I'm House. My leg hurts.
I watched an episode of House once. Sorry to do that.
And it was exactly that.
Yeah, a kid like he had a toothpick in his mouth for like weeks, and apparently a bit of it went into his gut and started causing all these issues, and they couldn't figure out the whole episode. And they're like, wait, he chews toothpicks, and then it did like a graphic where it like went into his stomach, and you saw like.
But they always do the CGI into the stomach. But that is the shit you're talking about. Like the doctors think it's one thing, but it's the fucking toothpick wood you were chewing on.
Yeah,
and they're fucking giving you brain scans, looking for tumors and shit. I'm joking. You know, I'm exaggerating. It's an exaggeration of a situation that
But unless you have like mad money, you're not getting all those. Yeah, I don't know.
Even if you have mad
know how
money,
much I want to get into this.
Johnny, you're just trying to stir the pot. Well, that being said, we should.
I'm sorry.
I want to make this week completely non-political, apolitical.
Okay.
We're gonna depoliticize coronavirus.
Yes.
We're gonna depoliticize America, as far as I'm concerned. White guy and brown guy.
Yeah.
Same podcast. This is America.
We should recall that. We should change the name of this podcast to White Guy and a Brown Guy.
White guy and brown guy. This is America.
I don't know if you want to get. I have a bunch of headlines.
All right, I think it's time. We can get to the head. That's enough personality. We can get to the headlines.
Okay. Do you want to get into something serious or start with something silly?
Try to get comfortable. You know, I've been putting on some pounds for the past 2 months. It's wintertime.
Yeah.
And I just feel so uncomfortable in my own skin. Does that ever happen to you? Happens to me all the fucking time.
Every day.
Just sitting here like, this is as comfortable as I'm going to get, and I feel uncomfortable.
Well, speaking of getting fat, this might help you out. McDonald's says it expects to launch a plant-based product line called McPlant. Beyond Meat shares plunged by 6% after that announcement.
That's cool. So McDonald's is making their own meat?
Well, they're going to make their own Beyond Meat and call it McPlant.
That's badass.
Yeah.
McDonald's is like the number one like meat distributor in the world, or one of them.
But it tanked the stocks for Beyond Meat when they announced it.
Well, you know, whenever I hear a story that says it tanked the stocks, you know, a few weeks ago, Donald Trump said some shit. I don't know. We're not going to pass any coronavirus bill or till after the election or some shit. And people are like, it tanked the stocks. But then the stocks dropped like 5 points and then bounced back up 15 points the next day.
Well,
that's always the news story. It's always like, it tanked the stocks, but does it really?
Speaking of Donald Trump,
Wait, was that it?
Yeah, that was it.
Oh, well, can I just say?
Yeah, I thought that was interesting that they're trying to get into that market. Continue. Sorry.
Oh, it's fine. What are we even talking about on this show? Is this coronavirus? Now I'm going to talk about how the meat industry is killing the world.
I
true.
thought this would. I know
It's
this
true.
is Mega64antine, but I would like to get more into like the news and stuff. But I do have some COVID related.
This is just going to be woke cast.
Yeah.
Derrick's psychotic political views. Let's pick Derrick's brain.
Yeah.
1 hour a week. Look, I don't know if this is true. Maybe it's true. I believe it's true. Supposedly, the meat industry is killing the planet. Supposedly, it's the reason, like, we're all fucked. It's like the main reason.
They say the meat industry is like a big reason why COVID started. Like just having all these animals and like.
Oh, yeah.
Closed.
Meat markets
Yeah.
definitely is where these new diseases come from. But, you know, like the forest in the Amazon is being torn down. And
Yeah.
then you hear that's so cows can graze on it because they need to raise all these cows for the meat industry. And then like butchering these cows and shipping them all over the world and keeping that meat refrigerated just uses a lot of fuel and energy resources, like an insane amount. And Oprah tried to take on the meat industry in the 90s and they basically like beat her ass and she had to like issue an apology. It was like the one time Oprah lost in a battle. So all that being said, McDonald's saying we're going to go plant-based is a significant step towards helping out the planet. That's cool. Now, can I just say, I fucking love eating meat.
Me too.
Everything I just said,
Yeah.
I know, I believe it. And then I'm still like, yeah, but I fucking love burgers.
I saw that documentary
steaks.
Food Inc. when I was a teenager.
Yeah.
And it like upset me, but I still like ate a burger afterwards.
It's a big, you know, it's a big problem. Self-sabotaging, or knowing that something's bad, but it's like, but what am I going to do about it? It tastes so good. So good on you, McDonald's.
Yeah.
You're making the hard choice that I can't make. You're forcing my hand on this one, and I approve.
I think,
All right.
Yeah, I think they need to change the name though. McPlant is bad.
Yeah, that sucks.
San Diego about to go into the purple tier.
Yeah.
That's big news. That's where we're at right now. A lot of the restaurant owners are claiming that they're not going to close. They're going to fight back, even though we're supposed to close in purple tier.
Yeah. You know, I saw this article from Washington State, and it was these doctors that were basically saying, like, you know, honestly, we should all just stop socializing with each other for a while.
Yeah.
For a few weeks. And they were saying with Thanksgiving coming up, you should limit it to like 5 people outdoors, just the people in your household.
Yeah.
If you're planning on having 20-person or 10-person meetings, you're probably going to risk, you know, spreading coronavirus, exposing yourself to it. They said that they just had Thanksgiving in Canada, and they saw a spike in cases after that.
Oh. And they've been doing pretty good too, right?
Yeah.
Canada?
So all of this stuff, I feel like they only tell us this stuff for our benefit.
Yeah.
They're not. This is up for debate, I guess. Some people would disagree with me. I don't feel like they're closing down or putting us in purple tier to punish us, to hurt us, to do anything malicious.
Yeah.
I think it's honestly, for better or worse, it's in the best interest of the people. Like, we just want to protect people from getting this illness. We just want to protect people from potentially getting really sick, potentially dying, whatever. People are mad at that. People get mad at that. And they feel like that there's an ulterior motive. Like, it's about control. I'm not a sheep. It's about the government trying to control you. And it's like, the government controls you in so many more annoying, fucked up ways. Pretty soon, you're going to need a real ID before you can take a domestic flight. You can't even travel from state to state in your own country without proper identification. That is the government controlling you. Not that I'm against real ID, whatever, get it. I don't have mine. I have my passport. My point is there's, if the government's going to control you, there's better things in it for them. There's more effective ways for them to do it, and there's more beneficial ways for them to do it than to tank the country's economy, to put people out of work for no reason, you know?
Yeah, I think it exposes the problem, like, just with capitalism in general. Like, they're just trying to keep people safe. And, like, as the numbers rise, like, they have to push back at some point. And all these people being like, well, if I close my restaurant again, like I might not be able to reopen, and that sucks. And I feel like our government should be helping these people instead of like putting them in a situation where they think the government is the problem,
Yeah.
and then that's causes just years of issues.
Yeah. It's so funny. Like capitalism, communism, socialism. It's
Yeah.
all bullshit. It is. Those are all fucking theories. Those are things that are described in textbooks and on paper. I hate that the idea of helping out the citizens in your country can be labeled as communism or socialism, and then everyone will rally behind it because we are in a pandemic and okay, we live in a capitalist society, but just because we want to protect the laborers of that capitalist society, just because we want to ensure that as many of them as possible make it through the end of the pandemic so they could continue to fuel the capitalist machine, that gets labeled socialism, which is the antithesis of capitalism, and then it's thrown out the window, and that is bullshit. Because it's so much more nuanced than that. It's not like, stop labeling it good government, bad government, and just, fucking have just a clear plan just to see people through to the end.
It's a tool. Like, I know we said we wouldn't get political, but it's a tool to like scare
This is
people.
not political.
Okay.
I'm not slamming. Maybe this could be skewed as political, but I don't mean it to be because I feel like this is a problem that all of society suffers from. Regardless of where you fall politically. Just like arguing over perceptions of things, but not being concerned with like, okay, actually like an actionable plan.
Yes.
Right. You can be angry. You can be outraged. I don't like what the government's doing, but then sit down and be like, yeah, but how do we get through this? And then sometimes people like throw their hands up. I don't know, but this is fucking wrong. It's like, yeah, okay, I agree with you. But what do we do with that sentiment? I don't know. Maybe I'm babbling here. What did you want to say?
I was just going to say that I feel like labeling these things is a tool to, vilify each other and get us all fighting. Like to be like, well, this person wants to help out.
Yeah.
That's socialism.
Yeah.
It's like they're just using that word to scare people.
Taking the government's money, like it fucking belongs to them.
Yeah.
Like the government's a person. Taking the government's money and giving it to the people, because it's not their money, gets labeled as socialism, even during a pandemic when all the other facets of socialism are not on the table, right?
Yeah.
I'm not signing up for, whatever state issued jobs and like collective ownership of all the property. Like nobody has private property. That's not what we're fucking saying. But maybe people can't go to work right now because shit's fucked up. So help them pay their bills just to keep things going along.
That's all we're saying.
That's all we're saying. That's all we're saying. I think we've said it. Next headline.
Okay.
Or next thing. I don't know.
This is the final headline I
something
got.
Specifically non-political. Please, you're baiting me, Johnny.
This is COVID related.
Okay.
You already kind of gave your 2 cents on this, but I just wanted to reiterate. Pfizer says an early peek at data for a vaccine says it's 90% effective at preventing the COVID-19
Fuck yes.
virus.
That's radical.
Yeah.
That's so much better than anybody was expecting.
Yeah.
I was the one here talking shit on vaccines last week, and that was before this Pfizer news came out, and that Pfizer news came out, and I was like, baller, dude. They're even saying maybe as early as April.
Yeah.
We could start seeing the end of this, which is, about 6 months away. 6 months? Hey, I could do 6 months standing on my head. I could do 6 more years of this. 6 months is nothing. I used to watch Sopranos and gangster TV shows and movies, and sometimes these guys who are in and out of jail, they're like, I could do 3 years standing on my head. And I never knew what that meant. Now that I'm in COVID, this is like doing hard time.
Dude, yeah.
But I feel it's like, hey, you tell me 6 more months and we're going to be free and clear of this shit. No illness. You got through scot-free. That sounds like it's right around the corner.
It's going to feel awesome because like once they start rolling that out, it'll be like, the older people and the people more, likely to die from COVID who get it first. And we're just going to see like a decline in the numbers. And I feel like everyone's going to be like, they're like going to scream and like rally in the streets at just like the mildest good news. It freaks me out a little bit, but like I think it'll be deserved. It'll be like everyone's gonna be hyped when this vaccine first.
Yeah,
rolls
it's
out.
gonna be wild. I can't wait, man. It's gonna be. I mean, I just can't wait for the good times that are gonna follow COVID.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be wild. Like
Yeah.
just like the year of partying that happens after.
Maybe even a decade of partying. Honestly, it could be like the Roaring 20s all over again.
I bet like all like our divide in our country will disappear. Like it'll just be like,
Jeez.
we're fucking here. We're COVID free. We rip our fucking masks off. No,
We're all
I need a
fucking
mask
green
forever.
party, baby.
Yeah. Yeah. Fuck yeah. So that was the final headline.
The final headline.
Oh wait, I did have one more.
Boom, boom. We got
I
one
lied.
more. Boom, 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 boom.
I showed you just a little bit, but there was like a map going a little viral.
Yeah.
That's like I'll put up on the screen now. Tracking our COVID-19 response, and it is a map of the country, and it's color coded by trending better, which is green, caution warranted, which is yellow, trending poorly, which is red, and uncontrolled spread, which is crimson.
Yeah.
And so the entire country is crimson except for New Hampshire, which is caution warranted.
Uncontrolled spread.
Yes.
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
Sounds about where we are. Uncontrolled spread. Does this alarm you?
No, it's just
Does this surprise you?
I feel like I'm glad this map has been going
Does
viral.
it scare you?
No, because I already knew this, but I think I've seen a lot of my friends like who, think everything's fine. They see that and they're like, oh shit. Like it like really it's been like popping up on different feeds, different social media feeds for me, and just seeing a lot of people like see it and be like, oh, this is an actual issue. I feel like putting it in perspective for people, even though we've been saying this for 7 months or whatever.
Yeah. Well, the spread, it was never controlled. And
Never.
then we all gave up
Yep.
because Halloween happened and
We had to get our drink
we
on.
wanted to party. And now that Halloween happened, it was too good. It was too fun. And people were just like, I don't give a fuck. I don't fucking care.
Yeah, dude.
It's literally like, you know what I heard the other day? It was raining here in San Diego. And people were like crying about it on the fucking news because they were like, I was trying to eat outside and it rained. It's literally like, this is where we are with COVID fatigue. We're crying on the news about the rain. Like we can't handle any inconvenience anymore.
Nope.
I've been so inconvenienced for 8 months. The weather. I'm gonna cry on camera about it. What am I gonna eat? And the restaurant owners were like, "We just put all this stuff outside, and now it's
blowing
raining
away
on
behind
it.
them.
We don't even know if we put it inside. Is it gonna stop raining? We have to move it again." And it's yeah. It's the rain sucks.
And California's trying to shut us down. We're never going to reopen. Whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was the actual final headline.
Yeah.
But
oh wait, well, I mean, we're talking uncontrolled spread.
oh
and,
yeah. If you want to keep talking about that.
Yeah, I do, because it's not a news story. It is a reminder that we're just fucking fucked. We're just royally fucked.
We have to go to New Hampshire.
I'm amazed, like, we haven't gotten it. Kind of. I'm kind of amazed that we haven't gotten it. That
Part of me thinks like
you didn't get it, Johnny.
Okay.
Oh my God, Johnny him and Rocco have this theory that they got COVID.
No, not even-
that they were like
no.
patient zero. They got COVID back in January.
I don't like for a second I did think that because I had a fever for like a week, but like there are moments where like my allergies get really bad, and I'm like, do I have COVID right now? Because like it's scary. Like I could have a cold and think I have COVID, but
Bro, I ate a habanero burrito and woke up at 6 a.m. with the worst fiery shits I've
Yeah.
ever had in my life, and I thought I had COVID. Like literally anything goes wrong, I
Right?
think I have COVID.
yeah, me
I'm
too.
like fucking breathing dragon fire out my ass, being like, is this a precursor to COVID? What's going on? I was like, is digestive irregularity caused by COVID? And then it's like, well, yeah, it is.
yeah.
all symptoms are exhibited at some point in the COVID disease.
It sucks.
Dry eyes,
Yeah.
toothaches,
Maybe.
fucking extra long fingernails. It's all a symptom of COVID.
I think the biggest tell is the loss of smell and taste.
Yeah.
now.
Short of that, you're probably good.
But I saw this TikTok the other day where some guy, he's this big fat guy. He's like, I got COVID. So some people told me to bite into an onion. Let's see what happens. He just bites into an onion. He's like, okay. And he pours a shot of lemon juice. Yep, nothing. Okay, horseradish. This is a wild virus right here. And I was like, he's just like nothing. Like it was fine.
That's good to know.
It ending with him saying this is a wild disease.
Dang.
It really put some perspective for me.
If I ever am worried that I have COVID, I'm going to try some spicy food.
Yeah.
If it hurts, I know I'm clear. Who needs a COVID test? That's the COVID
get
test
some
right
smelling
there.
salts.
You smell it, you're good. So, yeah, well, I keep getting off topic. This uncontrolled spread.
Yeah,
This is what I want to talk about. I've heard rumors that, well, I've seen people complaining that Joe Biden's plan is to shut everything down and give people money to stay at home.
Yeah.
It's just funny to me, objectively, to see people complaining about that plan. And I know,
they're gonna be hype.
I know you could try, and you wouldn't even have to try very hard to find some arguments against that plan. I'm sure, yeah, it's going to cost a lot. Where are we going to get this money from? We're going to have to not build 3 whole fighter jets to afford that or whatever. But online, just seeing people complain about it.
Yeah.
And if this plan went into action, I would love to see people continue to complain about it. Like, I just got $2,000 from the government. Apparently, I'm getting 3 more of these checks. This is fucking bullshit.
Start burning their checks.
Yeah. We were in New Zealand last year, and that was New Zealand's policy. They just shut down and paid people to stay home.
Yeah.
And the convention we were at last year just ran full capacity.
Dude, Australia is like open too.
Yeah. So it might work. It
think
might
so.
work. It might work. Maybe it won't. Maybe it won't work, but if it fails, we'll have a fuck ton of money in our bank account.
It's gonna be hard. I feel like we'll still need like delivery workers and shit, but
Yeah. There's no way this plan is getting approved. There's no way it's happening. That's why I'm
yeah.
talking about it, because I know it's
Fucking-
not happening.
bitch McConnell over here is gonna
Wow.
sorry. I stole your
Johnny
joke.
getting political. Johnny secretly loves that guy.
Yeah, dude, every time I see him, I'm like, damn, dude. Madame Trousseau wishes she could sculpt something that lifelike.
Damn, dude. You actually got penis flesh on your face.
Dude, he looks
You
so
actually
gross.
look like a giant flaccid penis. It's crazy.
He's always sweating.
Yeah. On that note, we're probably gonna wrap up the Mega64.
We have some
quarantine.
questions.
Oh, well, we're not gonna wrap it. We're gonna move into part 2. Yeah.
I mean, I could just pick one if
Let's
you want.
freshen this up. Let's start. That's right. I'm on the main set today.
Whoa.
Get this shit out of here. I'm gonna gently place it down.
Yeah, Rocco's gonna be upset. All right. How many questions do you want to do? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 solid questions. You just want to do one?
I'm down for, I'll take them. I'll take them as they come.
Okay. First question.
Thank you, by the way, for
Yeah, thank you.
emailing us your questions.
I had them email me, Johnny at Mega64.com, but you could email whatever.
That's where you can send it off to.
Yeah.
And face camera here.
So this one's from Caleb. He said,
Okay.
how do you think the pandemic will affect media after we return back to some kind of normalcy? Thinking along the lines of how 9/11 affected movies in the years immediately after. Do you think tightly packing actors in a restaurant is a thing of the past?
Lame question.
Okay. Thank you, Caleb.
Thank you, Caleb. Who cares? How is it going to affect media? Who gives a shit? I'll tell you, This Is Us has been better than ever. Superstore on NBC, this is the funniest season they've ever had. It's probably affecting it for the best.
This is from
I think, to answer his question, legitimately, something that I've been saying since the beginning of this pandemic is big productions are going to struggle during the pandemic.
Yeah.
So this is going to be, I think, a return to guerrilla filmmaking, indie filmmaking, independent filmmaking, auteur filmmaking. I think this is what you see every time a worldwide catastrophe strikes.
Yeah.
Since the inception of film, and it's still a relatively new art form, you know, maybe like 120, 150 years old, let's say. That's not a lot of time in history. And so maybe like World War I, World War II. I'm trying to think of other like worldwide catastrophes that have happened. My main example essentially is World War II. Look at what happened in Europe after World War II. All of those cities were destroyed. All of the German filmmakers came to America, kind of invented the noir film. And what's a noir film? You know, it's very dark, small sets, not a lot of lights. Usually they're small casts. German expressionism, like Johnny said. And then the filmmakers who remained in Europe, especially like the Italians, like Fellini, and then later on in the 60s, you know, doing like spaghetti westerns. Basically, I just think it's like a return to small crews. I think it's a return to just like hitting the streets with a camera and a couple of dudes. And you don't have such like a big organized machine behind it because all of those industries and infrastructures go away when you have a big worldwide catastrophe like this. That's my take on it.
I would love to have like another film boom, like something like the French New Wave, like just like we reject Marvel movies since we can't go to theaters, and
I
we
think
start
that's definitely going to happen.
Like Black Widow never comes out, and we just start making cool movies.
Black Widow still hasn't come out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, what are they waiting for?
I don't know. Okay. I could do another question, or this could be the final question. What are you thinking?
Do another question, man.
All right. This one is from Ryan. He says, my question would be, what new hobby, if you got one, has been keeping you sane throughout the quarantine, and what would you recommend others to pick up? Also, everyone, be concise with your questions. There's like paragraphs everyone sent me of just like before their questions.
Yeah, welcome to Heart Slayers.
Yeah. Like, look how long this is the question.
Yeah, I know. Hey, Mega64, longtime listener. Let me give you some backstory to my question.
Yeah.
I am 19 years old. I live in Illinois. I first discovered Mega64 4 years ago when my friend came over one day. We were going to play basketball, but it rained outside. And then, you know, it's like, okay, what's your question? What was the question? I don't remember.
It was asked what kind of hobbies we were doing during quarantine, or if we were learning any new hobbies, and what do you suggest others do.
Well, obviously, I learned how to
puzzles.
ride motorcycle. Burping around.
I see at least like one comment every couple of days of a fan asking like for motorcycle updates.
Counter steering. Lean into it. Motorcycle has changed my life.
Really?
There's so many things about motorcycling that are counterintuitive that you would. I don't know what I'm trying to say anymore.
I don't know me either. My stomach made a weird sound and then you stopped talking. I was like, what?
I could hear your stomach gurgling over there. Yeah, you know, motorcycling has changed my life. There's certain techniques that I learned when riding a motorcycle that I feel like on a philosophical level can be applied to life. You know, like, for example, they talk about when you're riding a motorcycle to always look at where you want to go. Don't look at where you don't want to go. They say that you're going to steer into what your eyes are looking at. So if you're coming around a corner and you're coming around fast and it looks like you're going to hit the wall, take your eyes off that wall. Because if you're looking at that wall, you're going to steer right into it.
Yeah.
Look at the clear street and then force your motorcycle to go down that path. Always be looking where you want to go. Ignore the obstacles. That is something that literally will save your life, riding a motorcycle. But on a philosophical level, I think that's good for your mental health going through your life.
Isn't there that like famous philosophy book, like something in motorcycle repair or whatever?
Zen and the Art of Motorcycle Repair, but I've heard that book is kind of bullshit.
Oh, yeah.
And was written in the 70s, so I don't know how relevant it is anymore.
Yeah.
I think any, hobby, a big hobby like that, something new where you have to get equipment, kind of get in over your head, learn some technique. That was like great escapism for me. Kind of when the pandemic was in the peak of lockdown, back in March and April.
Yeah.
What about you?
I tried a ton of things. I initially got a puzzle, and that was fun for a couple of days. And then I was like drawing a lot and then playing a lot of guitar, and nothing felt right. Like I just feel like drawing and playing guitar, like I love doing those. I've done those my whole life, and it just felt like those are kind of my relaxing things that I do, and I just couldn't relax. So I feel like this is a big reason why the podcast has been getting so many wild edits. Editing has really been like, makes me feel good. Like during all this, like just doing either what it's filming around here or editing, that like really centers me. And so I've just been like trying to learn how to do that better, and trying to learn After Effects and all that shit.
That's great.
Yeah.
I feel like for me the motorcycle thing was kind of, it being an outdoorsy activity was a big part of it too.
Yeah.
Like going fast, having the wind in my face. It was, scary, exciting. There was definitely a moment when I was finally, I worked my way up from alleyways to parking lots to small one-way roads, back roads. Finally, I got onto like a underpass, a big 4-lane road that went underneath a highway.
Yeah.
And I had the whole thing by myself, the whole road to myself, as far as I could see in front of me and behind me. And I just felt super comfortable, and I was on a big road, and I remember I just started like yipping and cheering to I was alone under my motorcycle helmet, just being like, yeah, I'm doing it. Like I had finally hit that moment of like actually riding this motorcycle, not like, going 15 miles in a parking lot. Like I'm on the open road. I'm full throttle here. And in that moment, that specific moment, I felt a huge sense of accomplishment.
Yeah.
And it was like everything I had been working towards for all of those months, I finally achieved it. It was like a video game, literally, like a level up moment.
Yeah.
Like you kill the boss, level 10 unlocked, pick a new skill. Every once in a while, you have those level up moments in life where you really feel all of a sudden instantly like I am no longer the same person I was before. I'm a new version of that person. I have an additional skill. The motorcycle thing for me was so important because it was brand new and it had that breakthrough moment.
Yeah.
I don't know if because I've played guitar too, and I tried to dabble and I tried to get into drawing, but those are all things that I had dabbled with before. It wasn't something that was completely new to me.
Yeah.
And that was kind of exciting. Now I'm wondering what's the next completely new thing I'm going to do? Am I going to get into fishing? Am I going to, I don't know, go skydiving? Who knows? I'm kind of liking the sense of adventure of doing the new thing.
I think you just made me realize why drawing and guitar weren't really helping me out during the quarantine. And I think it's there wasn't that moment of I'm playing a chord or I'm drawing this so well, because I've done them for so long where all that's left is just extreme tedium. I could practice drawing hands. I fucking hate drawing hands. Or I could learn this lead. It's so hard and it just doesn't.
You're ready for the next I need to get a song on the radio.
Yeah,
and then when you do that, it's my song's on the radio.
Yeah,
fuck yeah.
I did see you after you did ride that motorcycle, and you were you were emanating a glow. Also, I like to imagine that that scene from the Harry Potter movies where he's riding the hippogriff. Every time you told me that story, I imagine that.
I did it. Yeah. Let's end it on a high note.
Okay.
Did you prepare a high note?
Did you see that video of all those furries that recreated the Rudy Giuliani?
That's not a high note.
Okay.
That's, you're trying to get political again.
Oh, that was funny. They recreated it in VR chat.
Take it away, Johnny.
Well, I remember when COVID was young. Me and Derrick had so much fun. Don't know. Okay. Good night, everyone.
Oh, we should have ended this a long time ago because now we're out of things to say. I guess we will end it on that note. Little piano doodle, little crocodile
ditty.
rock. Oh, I know what we can do.
Oh.
Johnny can do a bit.
Okay. Here's the Boba Fett bit.
Holy shit. Ladies and gentlemen, now presenting to you Johnny Weiss doing the Boba Fett bit. Oh dear God. Did you don't take geez, was that the bit?
That was the bit.
Well, that was completely and utterly disappointing. That was for the ages, one of the all-time suckiest bits of all time. Don't put the helmet back on. Don't. Give me the helmet. I will show you how to properly do a Boba Fett bit.
I was like, should I pretend like I can't like talk through the mask? I don't know. I couldn't think of anything.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to go do a Boba Fett bit in a second.
Okay.
And then after that, we're going to end the show.
I'll give you the stage.
Thank you. No. You have to stay on stage and interact with me for the bit.
right.
Thank you for watching, everybody. Stay safe out there. Coronavirus is a serious deal. It's not over. We like to joke about it on this show, but we hope everybody out there makes it through without contracting the disease, because that would be awful.
Wear a mask,
Wear a mask.
please.
And now I present to you the Boba Fett bit.
Thanks for watching, everyone. I think this might have been the best episode yet. It might even get even better after the Boba Fett bit.
Oi, it's me, the Mandalorian. I'm here looking for a bounty. He's been a bad little boy. And his name is Johnny Weiss.
Oh no, I haven't seen him, sir. You're gonna break this fucking thing. I think it's a button.
Where's the...
Oh, it went back up.
It looks like you are Johnny Weiss. There's a big bounty on your head. Yes, you've done some nasty shit. You've been... Jabba the Hutt's mad at you.
No, not Jabba.
Yes, you did some fucked up shit to that big old worm. And he's mad now. Yeah, the Jabba, he wanted me to bring you in because he said that there's a job he bade you to do and it ain't done. You know what job I'm talking about, right?
I don't.
Oh, yeah, we talking about sucking that worm dick. Yeah, we're talking about getting Jabba the Hutt's, Jabba the Slug, the little protruding wiggly waggly when Jabba no bata, you know what that means, right? That means open up wide because we gonna fuck.
He's gonna have a salacious cum.
For that comment, you must die.
And scene.
Good night.
Good night.